beautiful, beautiful people. Hi, Angel. Hello, beautiful, beautiful people, and welcome back to Shia's World. Angel is over here saying hello. Hi, baby. I love you too. Okay, Angel sends kisses to each and every one of you, beautiful people. So, hi, pumpkin. So, today I am going to go over just a few items um, that you may think is vegan, but surprise, surprise, it is not. I have a list in front of me. I'm only going to go over 13. Um, I may sporadically do videos like this to just make sure I touch base because this year a lot more people are becoming vegan. I'm so excited. Um, a good friend of mine, one of my best friends. It's okay to have more than one best friend, but one of my best friends told me that she is now going vegan. So I am like super super excited for her. So I hope that this video helps you out, girl. Love you. Okay, so first thing on the list is chocolate. Well, that one's kind of like obvious. Um, because milk chocolate comes, obviously it has milk in it, and there are some, even with dark chocolate, you have to be careful. It's messed up, but sometimes they'll just kind of like sneak some milk in there or some kind of egg something in there, so just kind of be careful even with dark chocolate. But for the most part, dark chocolate is a safe area, and dark chocolate is the healthy chocolate apparently, but some dark chocolates are just gross. Sorry, it's just gross. It's just bitter. It's too much. But chocolate was number one. So yeah, so always check the ingredients to make sure it doesn't contain whey and casein, because those two ingredients are not vegan. So even with dark chocolate, always check the ingredients. Number two, beer and wine. Okay, so I am not a drinker anymore. I used to party at Fridays and Saturdays with my bro and a few other friends, and sometimes go to house parties. And I wasn't worried about, is this alcoholic beverage vegan? I didn't care. I was pretty much, yeah, just an alcoholic. I just never went to an AA meeting. But there are, if you are vegan and you drink alcoholic beverages, or if you're new to veganism and you still drink alcoholic beverages, you may want to be careful, because there are some wines or alcoholic beverages, I'll just put it that way, whether it's beer or wine or whatever, they use casein, and casein comes from milk. So that is not a vegan ingredient. So if that is something that you worry about as a alcoholic beverage drinker, I'm not calling you an alcoholic, I'm saying an alcoholic beverage drinker. If that is your preference and you're worried about it being vegan or not vegan, you may want to like check ingredients to make sure there's no casein in the ingredients. Number three, candy. Not all candies are vegan. What? So, obviously, you have to stay away from Snickers. I know, I'm sorry. You have to stay away from Reese's. I'm sorry. You have to stay away from like the obvious candies, which is the ones you fall in love with because it's like, you just want you some nice chocolatey candies. Yeah, well, Skittles are vegan. Now and Laters, they are vegan. Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish, Nerds, Warheads, those are vegan. And for the most part, those were the candies that I grew up eating. Back in my day when Blockbuster was around, if you don't know what a Blockbuster is, Google it. There you go. That was the place when I was a child to go and get movies. We didn't have Redbox and Netflix and all this stuff. We had Blockbuster. So I would always go in after I picked out the movie. I would always head to the candy section and I would get I think they're called sour straws. I think that's what they're called. They came in like blue raspberry I think strawberry and sour apple. Those were my jam. That Nerds, Skittles, and Warheads. Those were like my top candies of all. And those are surprisingly vegan. But you have to look out for your gummy bears and some gummy candies. Check ingredients because they want to shove this really, really gross thing called gelatin. And if you don't know what gelatin is, I'm just gonna put right here what it is. It's really gross. Yeah, so be cautious of what you're eating. Always check ingredients. If you think that it's vegan, check ingredients to verify that it's vegan. But it's mostly, like for your gummy candies that you may go, oh, well, it's not, obvious non-vegan candy like chocolate candies or like M&Ms or Starburst. Sorry, can't do Starburst. Yeah, it sucks. Starburst isn't vegan. And I used to love Starburst. But yeah, so your gummy candies, you want to look out for gelatin, which is so not vegan. Let's see. Oh, but for those of you who want to try like a vegan alternative for gelatin, like for vegan Jello, they have like the agent that you would use is agar. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, but yeah, it's a vegan thickening agent, and it's called agar. I have never used it. I haven't really had gummy bears in a very, very long time, and I've been vegan for 4 years, so I think I'm pretty good on gummy bears. I can still eat the pretty cool things, like the Warheads, the Skittles, and Nerds. I'm good. I don't really need gummy bears. But if you do, you can make your own gummy bears. If that's really what you want. That just seems like a lot of work. But number 4 on the list is sugar. How is sugar not vegan? It's sugar, right? Well, surprisingly, there are some sugars that actually contain bone char. If you don't know what that is, here's what that is. I'm just going to put that right there. Yeah, so there are certain states that I think the brand is Domino, because I actually have Domino. I just have the container, but because I just use it to refill it with the sugar that I buy. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But there are in some states, the brand Domino, they have bone char in their sugar, and there are certain sugars that may have that. So you always want to check the ingredients to make sure it says bone char free. Now there is a brand, and the first place that I seen this particular sugar was Dollar Tree. Now I will say, I am the person who likes to ball on a budget, and a lot of my items I buy from Dollar Tree. I get my dry beans, I get my rice, and my sugar. Sometimes I get my flour from Dollar Tree, but yeah, for the most part I get my sugar from Dollar Tree. I get a lot of things from Dollar Tree. I get my spring rolls from Dollar Tree. If I have a sweet tooth, they have these Minute Maid orangeade, and they have a cherryade. I just don't like cherries, but they have those. Those are vegan. They also have like certain vegan ice creams, but we will talk about that in another video. But we're talking about sugar. So this particular brand is called Zolka, and like I said, I found this at my Dollar Tree. Pretty sure you can find it at Walmart. Well, I've seen it in my Walmart in a larger bag. This is a 2-pound bag, and it says right here on the side, I hope you can see that, it says bone char free. So that's what you want to look for in your sugar. Make sure it is bone char free, because you don't want any animal products in anything that you're eating. And that's just kind of sick that they just shove uninvited things in your food, and it's good for you, so they say. Another one, number 5, non-dairy creamers. This one is a really big, a really big pet peeve of mine, because as a vegan, you go out, you drink you some coffee. Now me, I'm a person, I love coffee and I love Starbucks, And there are vegan choices that you can do at Starbucks, and we will do that in another video. But there are some places, like other restaurants, that you go and you order coffee. Now, if you're a person like me, I like cream and sugar in my coffee. I cannot drink black coffee at all. I have to have cream and sugar. Well, they'll have this creamer. It's in powder form, and it says non-dairy creamer. Well, that is a bunch of hoo-ha, because that non-dairy creamer, I can't believe I just said that. That is a bunch of crap, because that non-dairy creamer still has dairy. And the dairy industry actually gets upset with the vegan community because we call things milk and yogurt and whatever and butter. But you're sitting here telling people that your non-dairy creamer is non-dairy, but it still has dairy. Don't worry, there are alternatives that you can still enjoy some cream and some bone char-free sugar in your coffee. Now, this particular brand I purchased from Aldi, and the company is called Friendly Farms, is almond milk actual non-dairy creamer. They also had, I think, a pumpkin flavor, but yeah, I got the vanilla. Now, this particular brand, this is new to me. I'll keep working with it, but for some reason when I like mix it with my coffee, it settles at the top, and I'm not really a fan of that. But Silk also has a non-dairy creamer, and it's another brand. They also carry non-dairy creamers. So there are actual non-dairy creamers that you can use. So be careful. Don't pick up the one in the coffee aisle in the powdered version. Like it's in a thing about this big, and it's in powder form, and it says non-dairy creamer. Do not be fooled, because it still has dairy in the item. Sorry. Okay, so number 6, red foods. And like I said earlier, I've only been vegan for like 4 years. So when I heard about this, I was completely disgusted. So I'm just going to read what it says. It says, some red dyed food and drinks, yogurt, juices, sodas, and some candies may contain an ingredient called caramine, which is, prepare yourself, it's derived from an insect. Let that sink in for like a couple of minutes. It's not a red food dye. It's actually a dead insect in that particular item. So if you see something that happens to have some red coloring in there, make sure you check. I will put how to spell it right here so you know what to look for. Make sure you don't see caramine in there, because that is actually an insect. It's not food dye. It's a dead bug, which is really gross. Ew. Okay, moving on. Number 7. Now, some people say this word differently. I say Worcestershire. Some people say Worcestershire, and I'm like, why are you adding letters? But whatever tickles your fancy. Worcestershire sauce is not vegan, and they sell it at Dollar Tree, they sell it at Walmart, they sell it at any store you want to go to, any grocery store you want to go to, and it's not vegan because it contains, is it anchovies? Yes, it contains anchovies. I've never had anchovies. Even before I went vegan, I've never had anchovies on my pizza or anything. That's not my cup of tea. But finding that out, I was like, that's really gross. But don't worry. There are vegan alternatives. And I have a brand. I purchased mine from veganessentials.com. And this is from Annie's. It's organic Worcestershire sauce. It is 100% vegan. It even says it on the back. It's 100% vegan. So there are alternatives for this. So if you have, I don't know if you can find it in stores. Check around in your stores. I'm not sure if they would sell it at a Walmart. Try a Whole Foods, or like if you have a Trader Joe's or something like that. I don't have that where I live. So like search around in your stores. If you cannot find it, I'll make sure I put a link to veganessentials.com in the description. So in case you can't find it where you live, you can go there. This is not sponsored. I just love going there because a lot of times that's where I end up buying a lot of my items that I cannot find in the store. So moving on to number 8, veggie burgers. What? Not all veggie burgers are vegan, which sucks. There is a brand, I think their name is Corn. Yes, Corn. They have vegan and vegetarian items. But if you are not careful, like I was one time, and you just go in the store and you pick up and you go home and then you go to cook it and you look at the ingredients and you see it has egg whites or milk in it, and now you're pissed because you picked up something that was not vegan. So I gave it to my dog and she ate it. Yeah. So be careful. Not all veggie burgers are vegan. My favorite in the store, and a inexpensive brand, because there are some that are very pricey, but it's an inexpensive brand, Boca. Boca was the brand that I went to when I was vegetarian in high school. I didn't know anything about it. I just kind of went out on a limb, came out of the blue. It was like, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to be vegetarian. And they didn't know where the heck that came from. So, like, Boca was, like, the brand that I went to. And they're very inexpensive. They have All-American Burger. They also have a turkey burger now. They have chicken patties. They have things that you can choose from. So, just check ingredients, check labels, because some veggie burgers may contain traces of egg and traces of milk. So, just be careful and check your labels. Always, always, always check your labels. Okay, so number 9, honey. Yes, honey is not vegan. A lot of people may think, but it's just honey. But the bees need it. So, yes, honey is not vegan, unfortunately. But there are things that you can choose over honey. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're just looking for a sweetener for like your coffee or your tea, I use agave, and I love this stuff. It is really good, actually, and it's a great sweetener for me. Hang on a minute. Okay, I do actually have vegan honey that I purchased, once again, from Vegan Essentials. And it is bee-free honey, and it's spelled Honee, and it's made from apples. So it has the same consistency of honey, but it comes from apples. And this is 100% vegan. Like I said, I purchased this from Vegan Essentials. But if you just, you want to get something right now, agave, they have this at Walmart. I've seen it in Aldi, and I'm pretty sure they have it in Kroger. I've just never purchased mine from Kroger, and it's not that expensive. It's really not. So they also have different types of agave. If you're looking for something with like a lower sugary count or whatever, they have different ones. So agave, maple syrup, and vegan honey. Number 10, miso soup. So, miso soup may seem vegan, but in the majority of restaurants, they use fish-based broth, which makes it non-vegan. So, you could ask, is there like a vegetarian or vegan friendly version? Or you could make your own. And a lot of times it may be best that you make your own. That way you know what is going into the foods that you're putting into your body. Because a lot of times in in stores. In restaurants, they're not really conscious of, okay, this person needs this way and this person needs it that way, unless you're going in a place where they offer vegan options other than French fries. But we'll get to French fries in a minute. uh, unless you go to a place where they offer actual vegan friendly items. Like, for instance, Sunday, my parents and I, we went out to dinner to Denny's. Now, Denny's has an amazing veggie burger with avocado. It's amazing. And that's like the best thing for me, because I'm like, that's the one place where I can actually eat food with my parents. Everywhere else is like fries or a salad or something stupid, you know. So just be cautious when you're eating out in restaurants and what's vegan and what's not. My thing is, like, if I know that I'm going to a restaurant with my parents or something like that, I'm like, okay, where are we going? That way I go on my phone and I look online to see what they have that's actually vegan before I go. So you may want to do that, or like when it comes to your miso soup, or like I said, just make your own. I'm pretty sure you can find plenty of recipes on Pinterest. That's like my favorite place to go. So try Pinterest and try making your own soup and see what homemade miso soup tastes like. There you go. Number 11, bread. Okay, so there are a lot of breads out there that are naturally vegan, but there are some breads that actually contain milk, eggs, and butter. Obviously, you want to stay away from the honey wheat, obviously, because honey is in there. But with the other breads that, you know, just say white bread or whole wheat or whatever it is, always, always, always check your labels. Check labels to make sure there are no animal products whatsoever, no eggs, no milk, no butter, any of that in your bread. Number 12, soy-based yogurts and cheeses. What? So yeah, there are some soy-based yogurts and cheeses that are not vegan. Why? Because it's vegetarian. That's the only reason. So there are some cheeses. I know Go Veggie is one of them. They offer vegan and vegetarian cheeses. So if you're just strictly vegan, I think the vegan one is in a purple. It has the purple label, and the vegetarian one has the green label. So you just kind of want to check when it comes to what you're picking up. So there, you can't go and just pick up just because, oh, it's with the vegan food, because it may be vegetarian. Now, if you're vegetarian, get what you want. But if you're just vegan, you might want to just like take a quick second, check ingredients, and then make sure that it's completely vegan for your cheese and your yogurts. So, yeah. And last but not least on the list is number 13. I'm a weird person. I don't like ending on odd numbers. I like to end things on even numbers. But number 13 on the list, omega-3 fortified products. So, omega-3 is not vegan at all because it contains fish oil. Is it fish oil? Yeah, fish-based ingredients like tilapia, sardine, and anchovy. Oh. That is, oh my gosh, when you realize the things that you're actually putting into your body, it really grosses you out. So yeah, omega-3 is not vegan, but I will say, again, not sponsored by these people, but I love vegan essentials, and I have vegan multivitamins that I purchased from Vegan Essentials, and I need to start taking them more. But I guess it's because I drink a lot of shakes and stuff, and I'm like, I forget to take them. But yeah, they have multivitamins on there. They have omega-3. They have whatever dietary supplements you need on Vegan Essentials. If you don't have like a Whole Foods where you can go and see it, I don't really know if they have like non-vegan versions in like Walmart and Kroger and stuff like that. I really don't know. I'll do some research on my own, and if I find some, we'll talk about it in another video. But excuse me. But for the most part, if you go in the store and you go, hey, I need some omega-3, and you look at the ingredients, you will see that it comes from fish products, fish-based products. That is really gross. So, it's weird, you don't realize what you're putting into your body until you become vegan. Also, another thing I did want to mention while we're talking about dietary supplements, there are some medications that are not vegan for the simple fact that the capsule, like the gel capsules, like for example, I have a dietary supplement here, and the capsules are actually vegan. It's a vegetable capsule. And you wouldn't believe this. There are a lot of simple things like this. This is actually vegan, but there are some medicines, the capsules, not the medicine in it, but the capsule itself is not vegan because it's gelatin based. And gelatin is nasty stuff that we do not want to put in our body because it comes from animals, bones and hooves and such. So just be cautious when it comes to dietary supplements. Like I said, you can't always go on veganessentials.com and purchase whatever dietary supplement that you need, whether it's your multivitamins, your B12, like whatever you need. They even have prenatal vitamins. So, even if you're pregnant, you can get your prenatal vitamins right there. Now, I know the list stopped at 13, but I'm going to 14 just because I don't like stopping at odd numbers. So, number 14 is chapstick. How is chapstick not vegan? It's chapstick, right? You just put it on your lips. So how is chapstick not vegan? Well, a lot of chapsticks actually contain beeswax. Now, this particular one is vegan, and I also have another one. The label is all sorts of scratched off. I use this one a lot more than I use this one. So, and this one is fruitier than this one. But, yeah, these two actually are. This one I got, again, Vegan Essentials. And this one my mother gave me. She actually purchased it from Whole Foods. And yeah, you can actually see the little Whole Foods label right there. So yeah, chapstick, surprisingly, not all chapsticks are vegan. So you want to read the labels. When you're going in the store and you're picking up like, oh, I need some chapstick because it's cold outside and I don't want my lips to get all chappy and whatever. Check ingredients. I will say for a fact, stay away from EOS. I know for sure those contain beeswax. I can't use them anyway because coconut oil, I can't ingest it. I can't put it on my body. So yeah, it sucks for me with that. But I have 2 vegan chapsticks and I really don't mind it. So yeah, chapsticks and other cosmetics. But we can do a part 2 to this video another time and talk about some more, because there are plenty of other things that are surprisingly not vegan. But I just wanted to go over a few things to share with you guys that maybe you thought were vegan, but now you know. We are all here to help each other. We're not here to put anyone down because we all make mistakes. No one is perfect. There have been things that I picked up that I thought were vegan, and then I got home and I was like, what the heck, dude? So, we all make mistakes. It happens to the best of us. But we are here to help each other. We're here to grow together. So I really, really hope that this video helped you guys out. So these were my 14 things that you thought were vegan that are surprisingly non-vegan. So hopefully this helps any new vegan that is new to my channel, to my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so very much to one of my best friends who decided that this year she would go vegan. I am very proud of you, and I am here for you with open arms to help you out in any way that I can. Um, like I said, I will make sure I put veganessentials.com in the description so that you can go and check out their dietary supplements, and you can also find their Worcestershire sauce if you can't find the vegan version in your area. They do sell it on Vegan Essentials. And if you don't have a Whole Foods, or you're curious about like chapsticks or whatever, you can also check out, they have a lot of stuff on there. Like literally everything is on there. So I really, really hope that this video was helpful. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. I will answer. If you ask me a question, I will respond. I promise I will. But I love each and every one of you beautiful, beautiful people. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.